probably the best blend, like straight up just looking at the scent profile. This is probably the best from the entire line. Hence why I can see why it's more expensive. It's probably using better naturals, honestly. The warm weather is around the corner, kind of. A lot of us are going to be thinking about which fragrances we're going to be putting into our rotation for the upcoming season. I think having warm weather fragrances is a really exciting part of everyone's collection. I think everyone loves fresh fragrances, stuff that's invigorating, easy to wear. Although often we all know that fresh fragrances, especially for the summertime, can be lackluster in their performance. Here are some fragrances in my experience that are more for the warm seasons that I wish I'd personally purchased a lot sooner. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes, guys, and jump on these sooner rather than later. Let's begin. We shall go from the most affordable to the most expensive throughout this video. We'll start with Afnan's Turathi Blue. Yes, this is a fragrance that gets a lot of hype, and I got this fragrance before we partnered up with Afnan as a long-term sponsor. They are a current long-term partner of the channel. This is worthy of the hype, though. It's a very affordable replication of Bvlgari Tygar, which I've always said is an overpriced DNA. Grapefruit, sandalwood, and ambroxan, a very nice, simple DNA that will get you a lot of compliments. This gets it around 95% close. It smells much more expensive than its price tag. It lasts around 8 to 10 hours with a medium projection. This is one of those daytime signatures you can just grab and go. It will work throughout the year, but it's especially good for the spring and the summer. An incredible value for money cheapie. It's still a 10 out of 10 from me. And the reason I didn't buy this as soon as I should have was because I had Black Panther by Alexandria Fragrances, also a very good clone. Also, I think, yeah, I gave that a 10 out of 10. I'll still give it a 10 out of 10, but I think I slightly prefer Turathi Blue personally. And this is better value for money as well, from what I remember. Ahmed Maghribi's Kaaf. So this is the first fragrance I believe I've tried from Ahmed Maghribi, a very hyped Middle Eastern house. This got a lot of hype, this fragrance, a great freshie from them. I think this is a 56% extrait that you can buy for around £30, $40, which is insane. This is sort of like in that Percival Abercrombie & Fitch fierce style of perfume. Citruses, ambroxan, green apple. Although the note breakdown for this doesn't really show that, I will say it's definitely in that same family. A beastly 10 to 12 hour long lasting freshie that smells super attractive, very easy to like summertime fragrance that I wish I got much sooner. I was always umming and ahhing about purchasing Percival by Parfum de Marly. I personally don't think you need to buy that fragrance whilst this exists. Very similar in terms of quality. I think Percival is still a tiny bit higher quality, but not high enough, not enough differences there to warrant that price tag. I think this is much better value for money, a fantastic steal for the price. I didn't buy this soon enough because I just wasn't jumping on Ahmed Maghribi as soon as I should have, really. A lot of you guys are hyping them up, and there's more fragrances from them I need to try, such as Bin Sheikh, so I should really get more onto their brand sooner rather than later. What did I rate this fragrance before? I think I gave this a 9 out of 10. I think I'd stick with that, 9 out of 10. In today's video, we are partnered with Armaf, who've come out with 3 highly anticipated fragrance releases from themselves, and that is the Lions Club line. I have 3 of them today, guys. Let's discuss all 3. First up, let's discuss Lions Club Rugir. So you're aware, guys, all 3 of these fragrances are replicating Parfum de Marly fragrances, and as you can tell from this color, you probably guessed correctly, this is replicating Leighton by Parfum de Marly. So there are a lot of Leighton clones out there. However, Rugir kind of does its own thing. It has that fresh apple, powdery, musky, apple pie, vanilla, floral DNA of Leighton, which is a very sexy, easy to love DNA, a very good signature, especially for the cold weather. But Rugir kind of goes a bit more focused on the geraniums. It's a bit more fresh, minty, easier to wear. It's a bit more of a casual take on Leighton, I would say. Very attractive, very nicely blended, very good value for the money, and it's got fantastic performance, over 12 hours of medium to loud projection. Actually, I would say all 3 of these pretty much have a similar performance to that. They're kind of all beastly. This is getting excellent reviews already from what I can tell so far on Fragrantica. This is a 9 out of 10 from me. Then we have Lions Club Feroce. This is replicating Haldane. This to me is 90% similar. It's a little bit less complex, a little bit less playful than the original. This is a bit more focused on the leather, but still smells very good quality for its price tag. I'm actually wearing 1 spray of each. This is Haldane here. This is a bit more sweet and ambery. This is a bit more leathery. So if you want a bit more of a serious, more leather-focused Haldane replication, this is the fragrance for you. For me, it's an 8.5 out of 10. A good signature to wear in 3 out of 4 seasons, excluding the summertime. And lastly, Lions Club Monarque. I think this might be getting the most hype out of the 3. This is a replication of Altair, which I always said is an overpriced fragrance anyways. This is 90 to 95% similar, but actually I think this has a fantastic slight twist here. This has a candied almond note. It's a little bit more high in the concentration of tonka bean. This is around 12 hours on the medium to loud projection. It has that airy cinnamon, praline, and broxen of Altair. It smells much better value for money than Altair in my opinion. This is a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is also getting fantastic reviews on Fragrantica. I will say I'm not a fan of this lid, Armaf. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like this strange strap thing going on, but all three of these fragrances are incredible quality. You guys should go check them out. The hype is real. Armaf have made some fantastic releases with the Lions Club line so far. Warm weather fragrance number 3, Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. This is a unique creation by Guerlain that a lot of people are sleeping on, including myself. For a long time, I heard about this fragrance. I didn't pull the trigger because everyone always focuses on the L'Homme Idéal line from Guerlain. But Guerlain does have some fantastic freshies, and also Linston de Guerlain is a fantastic line from them. They probably Linston de Guerlain Eau de Parfum is actually my #1 fragrance from Guerlain anyways, from their main line. Guerlain Homme is a very interesting minty fragrance. Mint fragrances are not that common for us guys. This smells like a musky, minty mojito. Quite a simple fragrance, nicely blended in the usual Guerlain fashion. It lasts around 6 hours with medium projection. If you want a unique, minty, summertime signature, don't sleep on this. I'd give this maybe an 8.5 out of 10, something like that. I think it's a very good, interesting freshie. 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. YSL's L'Homme, the original. I knew about this fragrance for a long time. I knew it didn't perform great. I always got around 4 hours on my skin with this fragrance. However, I should have got this a lot sooner in my collection. This is a case where not every single fragrance you own has to be beastly. Some of them are just lighter and they still smell incredible and are worth reapplying. I think this is a case in point here. Ginger, warm, woody, amber with citruses here. A very clean, handsome office fragrance, I would say. More suited for the spring and summertime in general also, but if you're like a really handsome guy, imagine a handsome guy in a white shirt, very much a straight arrow, honest, really hardworking. This is the kind of fragrance to represent that guy. It's sort of like the perfect guy signature would wear, you know, that's the kind of guy I would imagine rocking this as a signature. A beautiful artistic fragrance, not the best performer, but I think you should still get it anyways. Go ahead and try it out in the department store, guys. It's not hard to find. I do think this is a masterpiece. Loewe 7 Cobalt. Okay guys, I talk about this fragrance too much. This is the most handsome, fruity, woody, spicy blue fragrance out there. It smells sporty, athletic, Mediterranean style. It lasts around 6 to 8 hours. Okay, I've done my summary. I didn't buy this fragrance soon enough because I just didn't know the brand of Loewe. Maybe I should do a buying guide on them, guys. Let me know in the chat if you want to see the Loewe buying guide, because I feel like the brand in general is just underexplored, hence why I didn't get this soon enough. Hopefully I'm hyping this enough for you guys to get this as your blue fragrance of choice. Terre Hermès Eau Givree. This fragrance always got hype actually, but I personally didn't go for it because I think when I went to try it in the department store, I was comparing it to the fragrance it replaced, which was Terre Hermès Eau Très Fresh, which was a fantastic photorealistic, mature orange juice fragrance is how I would describe it. Fantastic, fantastic scent. It was watery, a bit aquatic as well. I love that scent. Didn't perform that great though. But then this, okay, I kind of slept on it. I kind of thought, okay, they destroyed my baby Eau Très Fresh. I smelled it in the store and I thought, nah, whatever, it smells generic. I tried it again, I think a few years after that, and I really, really underestimated this fragrance. It has like a beautiful grapefruit soda fizzy effect in the opening and then dries down to that classical clean vetiver woodiness of the Terre Hermès line. I think this is a fantastic, classy, warm weather fragrance. A lot of people said this didn't have the best performance. I think I remember getting this, getting around 6 to 8 hours longevity with medium projection from this. I actually think it's a pretty solid performer, honestly. This is one of the best warm weather freshies. Don't sleep on it like I did, guys. It's definitely worth the hype. Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I believe this is the last Allure Homme line fragrance that I got because it's very expensive. You can pretty much never find this on discount. It has a very sexy, creamy lemon meringue pie, slightly vanillic effect here. It smells like elegance in a bottle. And a lot of people say the performance is non-existent. Again, I think that's exaggerated. I get around 6 hours of medium projection. One of the classiest fragrances out there. Probably the best blend, like straight up just looking at the scent profile. This is probably the best from the entire line. Hence why I can see why it's more expensive. It's probably using better naturals, honestly. If you want to smell like class, you want to smell like elegance, and you want to smell a little bit unique as well, I think Allure Homme Edition Blanche is worth the money. Save up for it. And lastly, Marc-Antoine Barrois Ganymede. In fairness, I do think this is actually an all year round fragrance. You can wear as a unique signature that smells mature and intense and very different. The reason I never got this initially was because I tried a sample. It wasn't for me initially. This definitely had to grow on me. This is a very interesting fragrance. I think shines more in the air. Quentin Biche made something very creative with this. I think it's, it deserves all the awards it won because it's such a unique fragrance. It smells metallic, suede-like, ambery, a little bit mineralic, like oceanic. It has enough density to be more all year round. It has an interesting spicy saffron in the opening. I always thought the musks used in here smell a little bit old school, but I just think actually they're just different. They work with this fragrance in a different way. It's technically marketed unisex, but I think it smells masculine overall. It's beastly, 12 hours with a loud projection, I would say. Whereas all year round, but I think that mineralic amberiness in here makes it an interesting fragrance to wear in the warm weather season. I think you smell very different, very classy as well. But you got to be careful with this fragrance. It might not be for everyone. It's definitely not the safest option, but I think if you can rock it, I think you will absolutely love this fragrance. A 10 out of 10 from me. Masterpiece. That concludes this video, guys. What are some spring and summertime fragrances that you wish you had purchased much sooner? What are some of these fragrances that you're looking forward to wearing the most in these upcoming seasons? Make sure you are checking out the Lions Club line from Armaf. It's absolutely worth the hype. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Make sure you check out our last year top 20 summer fragrance video here. I think it was last year, if not the year before that. Enjoy, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.